Hello everyone, I am Tacit. Hope all of you guys been having a wonderful weekend. Today is the Gems of War Campaign 14, Week 9, Day 6. So today, we actually have the Independence Day pet from, I think, 2019. Can I actually check anywhere here? But one of the days in the past, actually I could probably check it on this copy right here. If I click on this, the 2021 one, never mind. But the one from 2 years ago. But yeah, if you haven't gotten a Liberty Bell from 2 years ago, it is actually available today. Independence Day for America is July 4th, of course, and we're getting the pets on this Wednesday, which this year falls on a 5th. So, yeah, the day after Independence Day, we get the Independence Day pet. But, yeah, we have the one from 2 years ago right now. And you still have another 7 hours or so to go get it. And you know what? We might as well start here because I'll probably forget about it. They ended up, they sometimes do this. Not always. But occasionally we do get past holiday pets around the time of whenever the holiday is. I wish they would be a little bit more consistent with those coming back and stuff like that. However, for any of you that haven't already gotten them, well, now's your time to do so sometime today. As who on earth knows when the next time will be after that. Could be absolutely any. But anyways, hello everyone. Hello, let me start all the way from the top. Hello Bill, hello Humberto, hello Barbara, hello Tyrion, hello Supernova, hello Cookie, hello Kikolier, hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. And of course, main game plan for today. We're going to be finishing up Deep Delves. We started that yesterday. We got about halfway done, give or take a little. And today we are going to 100% complete it, most likely. As we should be able to with that team. I believe we switched over to an all-in Skull team at this point. Doing a Iron Gut Zolgoth, so we should be good to go from there forth. I believe we're doing it with Marilith Bane of Mercy. Bane of Mercy having the 4x Curse, the attacking, ends up working out really well. And of course, we're going to be using Marilith as our primary mana accumulator across the entire team to be able to go over mana up. Fortunately, we don't have access to like Thrall and stuff like that, but it should still work out really, really well. And that'll be the game plan. Pretty much the same thing we ran last night. And in the meantime, we can't pet farm. Yes, it is impossible to pet farm when there is an active pet event. So that means all today in the next several hours, it is not possible to do any pet farming whatsoever. You can only simply go for the one holiday pet. But you cannot go for any additional ones. So yeah, do be wary of that. So don't try doing a bunch of PvP trying to find one, as it will not be possible. But you don't have to worry about wasting the pet bait if you happen to have activated one, because it does it on the next valid battle, which means you'll probably do it on like your first battle on Sunday if you happen to have used one. Okay, we'll go for the explosion. Get our mana accumulation to get the Diamantina all the way. So we can go straight for that one shot. Also, hello Isabel. Welcome, welcome. Right, you need full mana. We'll do that off of Thrall. We actually do have access to Thrall for this mode, which is nice. Now, I'll just take the Skull there. Almost done with a few pet battles. 2 more. This is actually when we need to use the Empress. It's actually the whole reason she's here is for these 2 specific fights. And the other one, she's kind of mana blocking a little. But in these 2, she actually gets to do something. And that is a very important something. It allows us to one-shot. Though not if they have Submerge, it won't. Drop your Submerge. Oh, I'm just going to have to go for double casts. Actually, I'll just go for the Skull there. I'll just double Skull it. Oh, we don't have a second Skull, though. What are we supposed to do? We'll go for that and hope we get lucky. We did not, but he gave us one, so we'll roll with that. Not ideal. We went to the Delve and made it a Deep Delve. Won every battle. Chest level 9, and you got 159 shards. Honestly, the pure shards is sometimes better. Though, that is a little bit low, unfortunately. I think the highest you can get is like mid-200s, I think. Somewhere around there. So anything over 200 is pretty high. What is the second troop? Is it a weapon? Oh, no, it is Empress. Empress is one of the only few good tarot cards. Emperor, Empress, the Fool, and maybe one other one I'm forgetting are actually tarot cards that are usable. Empress is one of the more noteworthy ones in that it feeds a bunch of stats to your final slot, and that includes magic. And it, unlike Emperor, which does it to first slot, but Emperor has half as much. Like, it does it based on half its magic. Empress does it based on her full amount of value. It does it the last slot, so it's a little mana blocked. However, it does the full amount of value. So if you just throw this down, we're getting the exact amount of its magic. And of course, Diamantina gets double of its damage based on magic. So if we're getting like 50 magic, that's 100 damage to everything. So it ends up stacking to be a lot of additional damage there. It's a pretty good troop. One of the only few good Terror cards, and definitely the strongest out of all of them as well. And also, before I forget, we went and did the Liberty Bell. Don't forget to claim that. Still another 7 hours left or so. 6 hours and some minutes. But the other thing we should probably go do before we forget is summer event. Of course, we still have this going on. We'll be able to buy the summer armor tomorrow. Look forward to that. Obviously, it's purely cosmetic, so it's not much we could show other than showing it on the thing. But I still really want that. It's probably one of my favorite armors in the entire game right now. And looking forward to us getting it. But for today, we'll just have to go through the battles as normal. So we went from one Diamantina into another Diamantina team. I wonder if Diamantina's meta currently. But yeah, we're just running another Diamantina team here. It's really good if you just need something to cover, well, everything. Literally everything. What does it not do? It's all the colors. And of course we have the double angry mob there, which is nice. Well, we're starting with one, but the firebomb is there so we can immediately get another. We always go for the power-ups there. Oh wow, the drowned sailor's already here. That's interesting. He was just added. Oh no, I don't want the gold fight. I want the normal fight. Oh, that was enough to kill. Ooh. We're starting to get a bit deeper, aren't we? What do we need here? We'll go for the convert. Yeah, we can't one-shot Diamantina anymore. Luckily, we can just two-shot Diamantina instead. We have the mana for it. I keep wanting to click the gold battle for some reason. It looks all golden-like. They're not really that worthwhile. It's like 10 I don't know, it's okay value. It's like 10 bucks for a max gold pet so you don't have to major pet orbit in later down the line. And it also makes it so you don't have to spend like those 2,000 gems to go get all the rewards. Or not 2,000 gems, I mean slightly under 1,000 gems. So you're saving like several hundred gems plus a major pet orb. Or major orbital minions, whatever it's called. Which, you know, that's okay value for some things that are in this game for 10 bucks. I still feel like that'd be pretty pricey if you did it every single time, because we've already had, like, what, 5 events for it now? We don't know if they're going to be repeating it when it goes into next year. But, oh no, that'd be like an extra 60 per year. That adds up very quickly if you were to do it that way. Whereas you can already get all the unique rewards just by spending, you know, 0. It's less than 1,000 gems. You only get one copy of the gold pet, but you know, you can just max it later. It's not that big a deal if it gets maxed. Why does it feel like we never have convert with this thing? Really unfortunate, because this ability is not awful. It's enrage, a little bit extra life and everything. It actually allows us to keep perpetually enraging too, because this thing gets enrage on kill. So if we can get enrage on this to give the initial enrage and then go into the other enrage, we can just kind of keep spamming enrage forever. Which is pretty much what's happening right here. Is we get enrage every time we cast last slot, we get enrage every time we get to kill. You know, we'll go for this one. Because of course, for these fights, it's better just to take whatever's easiest. And you don't really have to care about the level or anything, because the level disparity between them is so minuscule. Oh, I want to take that, but there's still nothing. Come on, get alignment. There we go, alignment. Now, could you leave it there? Yeah, there we go. It's not that much mana, but we got some value. A little bit of value, enough to get everything rolling. We'll go for the Diamantina there. Yeah, nice little skull cascade. And yes, we'll keep moving forward, and that was our last battle. Oh, wait. We have enough for the armor right now? Oh. Okay. Oh, today we get the armor. Wait, we have enough now? I guess because we threw the 100 early. Yeah, give me that armor. Never mind, we're not getting it tomorrow. I lied. We have it now. You know we gotta go wear it. I'm gonna keep it with the dragon. It looks perfect. It looks so cool with the starry dragons. Or at least in theory. I haven't actually seen it with it yet. Where on earth is it in all this mess? Oh yeah, it's all the way at the beginning because it's near the cosmetic section. Because it's with all the 0 bonus armors mixed within them. Because the original 2 0 bonus ones were the Sylvan armor, which actually was one of my favorite initially too, and the Phoenix armor. But now we've gotten Crimson armor for Lunar New Year, the Spring armor for, well, you know, spring, the Summer armor for, well, you know, what, summer. You know what, seeing these names makes me almost think they're not going to do another wave next year. Because these names are very specifically seasons. Like, if they do more next year, they're definitely going to be based on other things. Because we already have spring, summer, winter, and of course we have an autumn one coming around the corner. And then the other one was the Halloween one, of course. Because the winter armor was just the winter armor. We didn't actually get like a Christmas themed armor. Specifically winter based. The only one that was kind of like specifically holiday, I guess, in a sense, was about the two of them. The Halloween armor and the Lunar New Year armor. But anyways, summer armor. And then we'll switch over to... Oh, that looks cool too because the dragon there. So it kind of thematically fits. I like that. And obviously go out to do the helm and change our everything else. Where do we change appearance? Okay. Let's see. No, not that one. I'm looking to change to... I guess we just go to reptile so we can kind of match it. But first, let's see what the hat looks like on them. Like a comparison of what each one looks like with, how do you change it? Is it hairstyle? I try to forget where you change this. Oh, there it is, none. There we go. Alright, let's get that on. Which one would this set best on? Let's see. Trying to figure out which one this works best. I still like it with this. We just need to change the other here. We can still keep that one. We just need to change the color to like a blue. Oh, does that blue work? Ooh, kind of keep it going from the eyebrows. I wish this went like straight down the nose. I know it's supposed to go to the side on the other side. Because you only see it from this angle, it looks like that's supposed to go like dead center. Even though it's like off center. Let's see. Yeah, we'll roll with that. I like it that way. And we don't need to change this one because it's not applying to anything. I'll still change it to blue as well in case we ever change it. It'll look weird if one's one color and one's the other. Alright, there we go. You have made unsaved changes. Do you want to save them? Yes, there we go. Let's roll with that. There we go. Anyways, another news. Finally got the armor. Let's go clear out all the dailies so we can go finish out the faction. It is supposed to be dead center? Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't fall dead center on almost any of them. I think the one that it fell the most dead center on was on Orc. But the rest of them, it seems off center on almost every single one of them. Let's see. So why not rename the guild Sparkle Dragons? No. Oh, is it time to play Guess That Door? I think today's Guess That Door. Because I'm willing to make a bet this is one of the rooms. No! Oh. No, even... Oh, gosh. We got Jinx into stun. Honestly, that's not too bad stats effect-wise, but, unfortunate. That's a little Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. That's a Logan Key. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. I don't have a Cascade there. As much as I want to attempt it, even though it's impossible. Hey, we got Cascade to Skola. We'll take that, get our Flamer for... Grab a big Mass Destroy. I think I'm always going to be using the sparkly pets going forward. I really like their color scheme. And we haven't gotten the other dragon yet either. I believe Groshnok has a dragon. And we haven't had their trial battles yet. Oops, I was mash clicking. I thought we already won. Whoops. Just looking over at the other side. But, yeah, that's the only other dragon that gets starry. Because there's other dragons in the game, but, you know, it's only going to be the kingdom pets that get the starry versions. And I believe that's the only dragon we don't have in that regard. Let's see. Well, technically we have a Hydra thing, which actually looks kind of cool in it. But, and a Cerberus kind of thing. Oh, we technically have the Penglong version, but this is the one I was referring to. This one right here. I still feel like the one we have right now. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got a shiny Venoxia too. Get one for a unicorn. The shiny tentacle. The octopus. That one for the wolf thingy. Technically, we'll get one for all future pets too, of whatever they do for them as well. Honestly, I kind of like the shiny Venoxia. Like the gold-blue kind of color scheme thing that is going on. Anyways, where were we? I think we're doing dungeons. Clear these out. Or finish clearing these out. And then once we do that, we'll do daily adventure board, and then probably hand out a code and spend the rest of the time doing deep delves. Or, you know, the faction event. Because of Queen Beatrix, you never worry about status effects in dungeons. True. But there are some that don't work. For example, today we had stun. Beatrix cannot cleanse during a stun situation like we just had today. It would do nothing. Also, some of them can't be stunned, like 20% stat reduction, as well as Jinx, like we had today. We had Jinx. That's actually not stunnable because it happened to start a battle. And you can't stun things that happen at start a battle. It just simply happens at start and never goes away. Probably should have threw Angry Mob there. I'll go for the Death Marked one because I have no confidence in Death Mark ever securing a kill. That's one nice thing about Lord of Slaughter. He just does enough damage that his Death Mark's just extra. He's one of the few Death Marking troops in the entire game where you actually don't care at all if he gets a Death Mark kill or not. Like, obviously, it's helpful if he does. But he doesn't actually use the mechanic. It's just there to exist. He doesn't depend on it in any way, shape, and form. Like many other Death Markers actually depend on using it in some way. Whereas he just does so much damage where it's just free value if he happens to get it. He's never played around it. He just killed himself for Reflect. I haven't seen that in a while. I really wish Reflect tanking was a little better in this game. It's such a fun mechanic. It's very underutilized in this game. I think one of the biggest issues is even though we do have a Reflect mechanic and everything, we just don't have that many ways of applying it currently within the game. And the few ways that we do, most of them aren't good. At least currently, that could change in the future. Oh well, we're done with Adventure Board. That was quick. There's nothing to do on Adventure Board today. Well, there is, but you know, it's not particularly good loot. Not today. Alright, well, that's everything then. But yeah, don't forget to take the Liberty Bell. 21 Lunar New Year. I'm not Lunar New Year. I mean Independence Day pet. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's go handle the code, and the rest of the time, we're probably just spending in the good old wait, where even is it? Faction event. Because we're currently at 130, we need to get to like 220, 230 to finish it out. And we'll probably do most, if not all of it right now. Alright, let's go handle the code. And we're currently running Iron Gut Zolgoth. Or, you know, as best as we can within the color restriction. But this is a pretty meta team for it. The only switch I would make if we could use absolutely anything is probably replace out, well, if we could do anything, I'd replace out Marilith for Thrall and last slot for Leprechaun. And if we could only do like partially something, I would replace out this for Thrall, and then last slot could just still be Bane or Mercy. I do feel like, even though Bane or Mercy is really good for Iron Gut, I still feel like Leprechaun is better in almost every situation in the context of that team. Because even though you get the value of 4 times Curse, the amount of sheer mana you just get from Thrall just kind of outweighs it. And it's nice having that Leprechaun to just get that forced starting mana. Just to make sure you have a quicker, consistent start. Because this is a logic starting board where it does nothing. For example, this current starting board. Where it does the absolute nothingness. There's just not a single thing you can do in that situation. Whereas Leprechaun, you just click the Leprechaun button, and as long as there's 1 green on the board, which, you know, occasionally you can get a starting board with 0 green. I've seen it like 3 times in the lifetime of Leprechaun existing, which is like, what, 5-6 years? But, yeah, like maybe once per year you'll see it not happen. But generally speaking, every starting board has green on it. Except for those absurdly rare circumstance where it doesn't. Whereas it's very common that you don't have a color convert alignment. Like, exceedingly common. For example, right now we do. Never mind. Don't look at this example. But normally you don't. I'll take that out, boom. And because Iron gets Devourer, already has enough damage just to one-shot skull it out. And we're good to go. Also, I really like the layout of the Deep Delve variant, because it's really straightforward as far as pathing. I feel like a lot more so than the other variant that it has. Even though the overall treasure room loot's not that much better, the multiplier order is better. Which is still a nice addition. You did a few arena runs, and it seemed to be a lot rougher. You lost 2 times today. Oh no! Yeah, arena's really hit or miss. It really comes down to what you draft. Sometimes you have to reroll a couple times before it gives you anything even remotely usable. It also depends on how many auto-win options you have compared to the enemy. Normally 1 auto-win is enough. But, you know, getting 2 or 3 is generally going to be enough to super auto-win. Like, anything that has those super good boost ratios, they can get just rolling near immediately and just kill everything with. Are the main things you're looking for in that mode. We did some of the last arena event. I think we did like 3 battles per day for like the 9. We did up to whatever the 3rd or 4th reward was. We didn't bother going for the orb though. But it was okay. The pacing of it still seems very slow compared to back in the day when you could use weapons. Because you could just use like a one-shot weapon and get it done so quickly. Whereas nowadays, the average arena run, counting like drafting and everything, it's almost like 10 minutes a run. Like obviously better ones aren't that bad. But if you count the overall average, it's pretty much 10 minutes per arena run. Which is basically slower than a minute per battle, counting drafting time. Alright, once again, we have no alignment. Hello, Jay! Welcome, welcome. Now, we'll get rid of the resummoner first, just in case. I highly doubt it will. Technically, there is a second resummoner, you. 25% of the time, it'll resummon there. I feel like Underworld would feel so different if we didn't have Iron Gut Zolgoth. Like, there's still plenty of teams we could be running. But I feel like I default to this team anytime we can get away with it. Like, it just covers everything so well. Doing that in case he somehow Deathmark kills us. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Don't want to risk it. Because that one thing in second slot had Deathmark and Freeze on Skull. With the more annoying one being, oddly enough, Deathmark, even though we're utilizing the extra turn some. And I would stop Iron Gut's extra turn. Freeze does stop extra turn on the troop that is frozen. Assuming it doesn't get it through some other means. So for example, Iron Gut has extra turn on ability with no board control. Meaning if it was frozen, it would always lose its turn. Whereas something with board control, like let's say, like Queen Beatrix or Truffle, like that, even if they're frozen, they could still extra turn off of brown. Even though they're frozen on green and their own auto extra turn, they could still get the brown extra turn. Or any other cascaded one, of course. Also, I love this new armor. Though the head plate is a little bit weird that it doesn't align perfectly. That was one thing I didn't fully put into consideration. But, everything else about it's pretty cool. It looks like it's almost supposed to be off-centered with how off-centered it is. So I don't mind it as much. Like, on some of the models, it seems like it's trying to be centered, but then isn't. But it's actually so off-center on the Rashka model that, that it looks like it's supposed to be like that. It is actually that absurdly off-center. I said, hello, Jason! Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. We're almost at the mana we need. I'll stick around for now. Get the Iron Gut in there. Get rid of something annoying. Any other mana? I'll take that down. Get a Marilith rolling. Get our Iron Gut on you. Zolgoth on you. Deathmark on you. Oh, no Deathmark kill. Died too quickly. I think we should be able to finish out Deep Delve tonight. And then tomorrow night we can go over all the spoilers for the week. And there are a decent handful of them. We have a new Mythic coming out next Friday too, which will be interesting to see. As well as all the standard events. And the week after that's going to be even more interesting because that should be 7.0. Almost guaranteed. 7.0 patch, while not confirmed, is almost guaranteed to happen, not next week's Tuesday, but the following week's Tuesday. Which is like, what, 9 days from now? So right around the corner. Well, technically 10 days from now, depending on how you look at it. Depends if you count the day already over or not. Which I don't know, at this point it kind of is. For some of you guys, it might already be time zone-wise. I'll take that one down. Throw our Iron Gut in there. Which I probably should have done it on the one that auto-revives. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. I think the reason I went for last slot there is to make sure he doesn't get any resummon. Even though it's unlikely. That one other troop can resummon too. That one red-blue, but it's only when there's 13 plus red on the board. And in most situations there aren't 13 plus red. And even if there's a lot of teams that can benefit from it, like Thrall. Because you get all the extra turn when there's 13 plus, so you don't even need to worry about it in that situation. So I remember when Lamia was slightly meta. Way back in the day. There was a short duration of time in the game when Charm was good. And it was mostly when the game launched, oddly enough. I think there was one other point where it was like slightly okay. When like a couple Charmers got buffed. Lamia being one of them. But when the game first started, a lot of people were using Luther. Because it's the free epic you get from the first starting kingdom. And, you know, he ended up giving a bunch of attack to all allies. And I think his ability works slightly different now than it did back in the day. But back in the day, it used to just be some attack to all allies. And this made it so a lot of teams had pretty high attack. Or, you know, higher than, like, default attack. So it ended up making Charm a little bit better. But Charm has always been one of those really weird mechanics. It struggles to kill when there's only 2 enemies left. Because those 2 enemies are normally separated far enough apart that Charm does absolutely nothing. Its damage also applies in a weird way. Where nothing currently amplifies it. I don't believe Fairy Fire does. I know for sure Hunter's Mark doesn't. Like, it basically bypasses spell reduction. Like, if something has 50% spell reduction, it'll still be hit for 100% off a charm. It's just one of those weird mechanics that falls into a weird in-between of damage that almost doesn't exist within the game. Or it just always simply does what the value is. No less, no more. Because even though it's a spell that is boost ratioing from attack, it is not skull damage, nor is it spell damage. It's simply just charm damage. And there's no charm damage reduction within the game. It's like a weird own type of damage. Which is weird, because I believe Mana Burn interacts with like Fairy Fire and spell reduction. But for whatever reason, Charm mechanic doesn't. Please give this team a try. I can see what it is. What kind of team is it? Is it for this delve, or is it for something else? I'll check it before I go in, just to make sure. Let's see. Copy. Copy. Paste. I'll put on whatever this is. This was just for the video that we covered the other day. Shield over Skia, Marilift, double Tesla. Yeah, that would definitely work. I think we mentioned a team for it. It was this one right here. This one right here. Yeah, actually, I have... Wait, did you just suggest this exact same team? Yeah, same team, different banner, different hero class, but, you know, doesn't impact it too much. But yeah, I know about that team. We mentioned in the video. I just haven't bothered using it. I use this for the low rarity one. We're using the high rarity one right now. But, yeah, double Tesla. Or Skia Shield Marilift. I mentioned it on the video. I just haven't bothered using it. I'll run it for one run, I guess. Let's see. We'll grab it. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we'll go do one run with it. Might as well. Go over here. The biggest issue is Submerge, though. This team does not carry anti-Submerge. And this place does have, Submerge. But beyond that, it should be fine. It's one of the reasons I wasn't using it. Is because, the first and final battle both have Submerge. So having the insta-kill goes a little bit quicker this time around. As this team doesn't really have a good way around it unless we go hero class with it. Which, I actually went Titan here. Should have definitely went with a Submerge breaker. As long as he breaks his turn here, we should be fine. And I was killing with Tesla. Yeah, we definitely need, like, I can't change it now, though. But we definitely need to be using, like, Mechanist hero class. Because we need a 50% mana start that has Dispel. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Mechanist the only one? Or am I forgetting of one? Like a natural 50% that also has Dispel. Because that would be a lot more convenient in this situation. Oh, we'll be fine without it. It's only the first and final battle for the most part. I'm not even using armor right now. We're still tearing through. I'm not going to bother switching. I think we have enough damage at this range to double shot regardless. Actually, are we one-shotting? I don't think we are. Are we? Do we have that much stats that we're actually one-shotting right now? We might be. Well, not after we take armor damage. Yeah, if we used our Skia Shield, we actually have damage range to one-shot right now. Because that's why we won the other one in one shot. It's because we got off mirror lift plus shield. I was gonna say, where's all of our mana at? I'll take that just to get it all the way. Go for that just to get things rolling. Don't you gain Submerge? Did we hit that one room that gains Submerge every single time? That's gonna be annoying. So we'll do that. Throw it on that. We have to delay another turn. I guess we could do that by getting Mirrorlift mana. Problem is actually finding Mirrorlift mana on this board. No! He just denied my Mirrorlift mana! What am I supposed to do? Oh, I'll take that over. I'm trying to bait him into Skull. And he's dead. Oh, so hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. Now we'll take the one in the corner. Oh yeah, we went over the Mythic the other night as well. We'll be doing it again tomorrow, too. When we go over all the weekly spoilers. As is one of the bigger things happening next week. Is the brand new monthly Mythic. Which, now that I think about it, might be one of the biggest things happening all week. Is the Mythic drop. But yeah, it would have helped a lot if we went an anti-submerger. Oh no, I forgot! That's not gonna work because he has Submerge on cast. Well, we could bait him into that Skull and then just get full mana. Blue Surge, go. Yeah, there we go. And he's dead. Oh, is there some of the most annoying things to deal with too? Submerge on cast combined with Empower. Very annoying. Speaking of which, there's 2 on this fight. Wow, we picked like the worst time to run this team. Every single thing has it. And even if we had Dispel, we'd still have to deal with it. Because they're going to be gaining every single time off Empower. There we go. The extra turned itself into a Skull. It would have taken it regardless though, but it actually took it by default without even needing to do anything. Because the extra turn just forced it into taking Skull. And it was going to take the extra turn regardless. And we got our Mirrorlift. Almost have our double Tesla. You know, I'm just going to go for it again just to make sure. And dead. What do we want here? We'll take the brown-red in case we can get anything going. We got double brown. Unfortunately, we don't need that much brown. We'll throw down shield. Doesn't really matter what we put it on. Actually, that's not true. If our first select gets hit by a Skull or any amount of damage, it's better to target him. So he gets rebarriered. All we have to do now is just bait out a Skull. Oh, why did I do it that way? Oh, never mind. That still baits out a Skull. He didn't take it, though. Come on. Go for the Skull. There we go. And what do we have? Final fight or 2 more? Final fight. Then we'll switch back to the other team again. Alright, I'll take Destroy. Get our mana going there. Throw down a Tesla. Double kill. Oh, it didn't double kill? Oh no. And you gain Submerge from that? Oh yeah, because you have the cast thing still. Well, kill 1. Well, we're gonna have to kill 1 at a time here. Could be a bit of a weird fight. Come on, Skulls, you got this. He took Skulls, which also is his demise. And I just do this, get Tesla, and we're good to go. Okay, I forgot to put a Dispeller on the team. Shouldn't matter too much, though. I'll take that over. Take that over. And he's dead. Alright, back to Iron Gazolgoth. Yeah, that's a cheaper variant team. It does still require a double of a legend, but it's a double of a legend that's been pretty accessible recently. So not too bad. And of course, Tesla got buffed the other month, which is amazing. It's kind of insane how much power she has. Let's see. That's still better to run the insta-kill here. Just to not have to deal with basically any mechanic. Including their durability gain. Because Tesla does start to get a little bit slower at certain durabilities. And I guess this team technically does too. But not to as much of a degree. But Tesla doesn't either. At most she'll need like 1 additional cast. Which she needs a lot less often now that she has the bigger boost ratio. Oh wait, I just realized I didn't forget to... No! I forgot to change the team! I put it on copy-paste, but forgot to change the team. Whoops. Oh, running Tesla again, I guess. Round 2. Mistakes have been made. Oh, that's funny. I copy-pasted the team, but forgot to actually do the paste part. Well, I copied the team, I forgot to do the paste part. Hopefully we don't have Submerge on cast this time around. As long as we don't have that, it should be a lot quicker. Because the main thing that was slowing it down previously was they had Submerge cast. But without that, only the first and final fight has Submerge. Unless we get unlucky on one of the in-betweens. Which, with how few tier 5s there are, it's kind of hard to even get unlucky that way here. Which is nice. What kingdom is the new mythic from next week? Good question. I also forget off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't even remember. I completely forgot myself. So hello, Hyde. Welcome, welcome. Is there a problem with the Wand of Stars on the AI? Knowing the AI, probably. It can cast both options, but use the same for Daze and Defenting. It could be based on your team composition. Like, if your team composition has a lot of a similar color, it might always be biased to hit that color. Like, if your team is, like, really brown and red heavy, let's say, it might prioritize always doing the one that's brown, red, green, blue, just because the team composition is already so composed of that color. So it might not necessarily be that the AI is being weird with it, but I think it might see that there's a lot of the same color and then end up doing it. Same team? Well, what do you mean by same team? Like, same team that we were using? Because most of the wand teams were tested offensively, not defensively. So I have no clue what the AI does with it. But, unless you mean the same team that you were already using and then it was starting to use, like, the same one over and over again. I'm not sure. I assume if it ever is, it's probably because of the color composition on the team. Because it does that for quite a few other things. Well, to try prioritizing one that's more prevalent to the team. But in doing so, it, like, never does the other option. Oh, you mean on the same turn, it used both simultaneously? Oh, yeah, that's a bug. It definitely should not be able to use both on the same turn, or on the exact same instance. On the same turn would make sense if it extra turns. But it should not be able to cast both simultaneously. That would definitely be a bug. Alright, let's see if I actually remember to switch back to Zolgoth team after this. Because I'm probably going to forget within the next minute. Oh, I'll throw that down. I kind of want to wait till that thing gets full mana, but I might as well click the mirror lift button. We'll wait one less turn. Technically 2 less turns. Oh, we don't even need it. It casts Curse for days, then Bless with the same team. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Because if it's casting both simultaneously, that definitely shouldn't be happening. Oh good, he dropped his Submerge. Wait, what did he get? Oh, he has Submerge when he takes damage. I say, you know what? It's better just to wait it out a turn. Oh wait, but then I'm gonna damage him with Marilift. No, that doesn't work out. Never mind. Oh, I guess that does for 3 damage, but only 3 damage. You know, I was gonna keep clearing the board until we give him a skull, or we get double skull. That works too. I guess that's the inverse of what we're trying for. I'll take it. All right, let's remember now. I can't possibly forget, unless I misclick the fight button. There we go. Okay, we have changed the team back to Iron Gut Zolgoth. I'll keep that for the rest of the time. Good old Iron Gut Zolgoth build. Alright, what do we want here? I do a Bane of Mercy, might as well go for it. Get rid of the, of course, now we have a way to get rid of, Submerge. Now that we don't even need a way to break Submerge, we actually have one. Go figure. Because Curse gets rid of all positive status effects, which also includes Submerge. Alright, I'll take that for now. Get a bit of Cascaded Mana in there. Throw down the big old Marilith. See if we can get a little bit more mana going. Go throw the kill on the other one. Throw that down, throw that down. Get the other skull. Marilith fit again. And that's match. Oh, you mean it only ends up casting one option over and over and over again? But which one it's buys to cast is different per battle? I wouldn't be surprised if it is coded that way. Where every choice option just has the AI choose which one it is, but it only keeps choosing the same one. I've never really paid too much attention to what every choice option the AI does. Because normally battles end so quickly you don't even get to see it cast more than once. And even if it is, it's just coincidence if it does it like twice in a row. But you know, if it's doing like 10 times in a row one fight, yeah, that could be a thing. But it might just be that it's determining what it casts at the beginning. Because I can't recall the AI ever doing two different ones. Though in all fairness, I also can't recall a fight that has ever gone long enough where the AI had a chance to cast both of them. Because most fights end way quicker than that, at least in most modes anyways. Guild War being one of the few exceptions. But no one really runs choice options in Guild War Defend for the most part. They're too inconsistent. Even more so under AI control. Because there's very few choice mechanics that are currently used defensively at the current moment in time. I guess Wand might start getting some usage in that regard. But beyond that, there are very few choice options that are used defensively. I just realized we might not have enough sigils to even finish it out today. But that is what tomorrow's for, because we get another 3. Which, depending on where the Devour even falls, might actually be another 5. Yeah, buying tier 3, you kind of need every last sigil you can get. It makes it so you don't have to spend any extra gems on the event, which is nice. Oh, I was about to take that for 4 times extra turn. Unfortunate. Oh wait, why did I think that was aligned? Whoops. I'll stick to Marilith, hope for Surge, and that should be good to go. Wow, he actually managed to cast. Oh no! That almost never happens. We can still make that work, though it's a little bit awkward. One nice thing about Empower Troops, though, is they actually don't block any mana. If you just don't cast them, they don't exist. They don't block anything. Which is one really nice aspect about every Empower in the entire game. Is you can choose just to let them sit there and do nothing. Which a lot of times is actually beneficial if they get moved there, or if you just have something else that's more prevalent to cast. We're barely even going to notice that Iron Gut's not in first. We get a little bit less skull pressure, but for most fights we're doing so much skull damage simultaneously that it won't even make a damage difference. And it has no mana difference because it's blocking 0 mana. Oh, come on. 1 mana short for Zolgoth. I guess I could take in red extra turn, but there we go. Well, look at that. I could barely even notice that Iron Gut wasn't in first slot. Back in the day, I used to use Hero a lot more in first slot on this team. But these days, we have so much durability later in the game that I just always run Iron Gut in first. There's also a lot more ways to more consistently get his Devour early, compared to back then. And Bane of Mercy even helps with that too, because people that don't have 100 attack can just go straight to 100 attack. Giving that guarantee initial Devour. Which kind of gets everything rolling. What kingdom is next week's Epic Trials at? Next week's Epic Trials, I don't even remember what the event week is for next week either. It's for... Actually, do we have the page right here? Oh, also, by the way, the new Mythic's from Golvania. And the next week's faction, I mean, the next week's thing is for... Oh! It's a Pride Lands event week. Oh, also, doesn't Pride Lands reach like 30 star next week or something? But, yeah, it's a Pride Lands event week for next week. And the Mythic is Golvania. I forgot, we already had the page open and ready to go. So that answers those two questions. I'll take that one over, get our Marilift down. Because someone was asking earlier what the Mythic thingy was. Yeah, it's Golvania. Golvania hasn't got one in a while. You know how long it's been? I believe the last Mythic that was added to Golvania was Draculus. Draculus was used... Like, the last time Draculus was particularly meta was, like, version 2 point something. Or, like, very low 3 point something. I think it was, like, 2 point something. It's been a very long time. And that was, I believe, the last time Golvania's gotten a Mythic. Unless I'm forgetting of one. Do we know the troops that I'll have yet? Yeah, it's nothing useful. It's deal magic plus 2 damage to an enemy boosted by life at a 3-to-1. And if the enemy dies, it creates some Doom Skulls. It actually has basically a weaker version of the Mythic that's coming out tomorrow. That technically already came out this week. That I'll probably cover a video for tomorrow night. We covered it slightly on Monday this week when we did that stream. But it's like fully released as of technically this Monday coming up. Even though it's been out for technically the last week. Yeah, we'll cover a video for it tomorrow night. There's not really anything too relevant about it. Though we did find a team that was actually, like, not bad. Like, I would never use it, but it was actually coherent and functions. And, you know, it worked. It did what it needed to do. And it worked a lot better than I was thinking it would. Though it was mostly Sacrax carrying the team and not so much the troop itself. Just because Sacrax gives you, like, infinite health. And having a boost ratio from health when you have infinite health is kind of useful. But way slower than other builds, obviously. But it did work. I just feel like he's one of those... I was talking about that earlier. Where Lord of Slaughter is one of those Deathmark troops that do not depend on Deathmark at all to function. The Mythic that's coming out next week, not the one on Friday, but the one that comes out through the Kingdom Pass. Or the Season Pass, I mean. That one is... It depends entirely on its Deathmark. Like, it is nothing without its Deathmark mechanic. And generally, that's a good sign of a bad Death Marker in the game. Is if they absolutely 100% need their Death Mark to do anything relevant. Oh, the trial troops? We don't know what the trial team is yet, though. We won't know that until tomorrow night. We'll go over it tomorrow night, but we won't know it until then. I'll catch you later, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. I said, hello, George. Welcome, welcome. I should have done that on Mirage Queen. Never mind, it died so quickly. And that didn't matter. Never mind. I was going to say I should have done that on Mirage Queen because the score reduction will probably be enough for it to live. It did not live. Even remotely close. You know, it could have. Though it very much didn't. Alright, but since we got the Valraven earlier, these are the last 3 we can get in. Though with these last 3, that's almost enough for all points. Should be pretty close. Should be pretty close indeed. Yeah, Pride Lands hits 30 star on Monday. I was mentioning that earlier. It will be the second 30 star kingdom in the game. With the current only other one being Sword's Edge. I don't have the loot to go and upgrade it, but we will at some point. I believe it's a attack-based kingdom. I know it used to be back in the day. Was that one of them that was changed to life, or is it still attack? There's one thing that always confuses me to this day. Because for whatever reason, a lot of attack kingdoms got shifted all over the place. It's one of the only types that really got shifted a ton. And I always forget if Pride Lands is still attack or not. It used to be back in the day. Yeah, it still is. It was one of those that didn't get changed, luckily. But I always forget which attack kingdoms are still attack kingdoms and which attack kingdoms were changed way back when. Like 5 years ago. Because I still have them remembered based on what they previously were, not what they currently are. Let's see. We'll take that one over. Ooh, that's some nice alignment there. Though a surprisingly small amount of mana for how good that alignment was. Also, that was a lot of cascades. So in all that cascade, we did not get a purple exactly where we needed it. Which is the main thing we were trying for there. I probably should have killed out this Devour guy first. It's very unlikely, but he has like a 10% plus 1% per gem Devour rate. And you will eventually, at some point, get devoured by it in Delves. It's more so a matter of when than if. It's very unlikely, but it does occur. Pretty sure we've gone almost a year since that has happened. But it does ever so occasionally happen. I'm not sure why I'm taking that thing's mana. Should just be going straight into Marilith. And then from there, we just take out everything. Take out you, take out you. And dead. Oh, not dead. How do you live that? Dead? Overkill? No, let's go for the Marilith. It would have been slightly quicker clicking Iron Gut. Because we wouldn't have to wait out the big old cascade. Because you can lose a lot of time from the cascade sometimes. Like, it might not seem like much, but, you know, it burns a couple seconds. Adds up if you do it a lot. Because it's always quicker just to click something that no board control kills instantly than it is to, cast something that board control the wall also kills. Just because you have to wait for all the gems to fall and everything. And it still keeps falling until it's done, even if you already won the battle. Which is one weird mechanic. I guess that makes sense for some things like Guild Wars and such. Because you need that for, you know, for your extra score and everything. But it doesn't make sense that it occurs everywhere. Because there could be many battles that are, like, definitively over and it'll still just keep cascading. I guess you do get some extra loot from it, like a little bit extra gold and potentially treasure maps. But, you know, those are some pretty dated resources, getting a small handful of gold or a useless treasure map to go into the pile of thousands of treasure maps. Or tens of thousands, or in some people's cases, hundreds of thousands. I would eventually like to take a turn here. There we go. Alright, let's go do one more delve. Ooh, level 10 chest. Anything good in it? 69 shards. 169. Oh yeah, Lester's not here tonight, is he? You know what? I think we'll run one more and then finish out tomorrow night. Just in case 2 sigils isn't enough. I will guarantee we get there. Also give us something to do tomorrow night. Because other than going over the spoilers, otherwise it'd be just, you know, random grinds. But that will give us a very clear goal. Finish the faction. And we'll 100% have enough sigils by tomorrow night to do so. We could even do rush method if we want to tomorrow night. Because the deeper you go, the more points you start getting per thing. So we could just do a straight line down every single one. Unfortunately, the straight line for this place is like 4 or 5 battles long. So you do have to do a little bit more battles than normal. Why did I do that? We already had skull kill. Here's within skull kill range. Actually, I mentioned that go down the line thing. I almost want to do that right now, to be honest. We're already starting it. Might as well just do it right now. We'll send 2 down the lines. Instead of finishing every room from this one. We'll finish every last sigil we have, but do it down the line. And that way tomorrow night we can just do whatever and it'll be done. Because with 3 whole extra sigils, we'll easily be able to do it with that. That's way more than enough. Even just clearing out the entirety of the next floor is probably already enough. So, Goff, why don't you have full mana? Why are you 1 mana short? Don't do this to us. Could have already won. Yeah, the minimum that you have to do for this place is 4 battles to get to the final room. In both variants, you have to do 4 battles. That's not ideal. I'm surprised the Deep Delve variant didn't make it shorter. Because that could have been one thing they could have improved upon. This was probably one of the Deep Delves that layout-wise it is a little bit better. But I feel like this Deep Delve had one of the smallest amount of benefits compared to the default of any that we've had so far. Like, it's still a benefit, a pretty noticeable benefit. But it still feels like the smallest change. That could also be because a lot of the ones we've been getting are for the earlier delves, and a lot of those delves just didn't have any treasure rooms. And them upping the amount of treasure rooms is just, by default, already amazing change. This one definitely felt like one of the smaller amounts, even though the quality of life for the delve layout is still kind of nice. Why don't we get Merchant or Angels on weakened factions? That's a good question. I believe it's because it's not under that category. We get it for factions, but we don't get it for faction events. If that makes sense. So the daily faction battles you have, you can get them. But for actual events, like the faction event, you don't get them. Which does seem a little bit inconsistent. But it's kind of like how you get gnomes in PvP, but you don't get gnomes in Guild War. It's one of those kind of situations. Where you don't get merchants or angels or daemon or anything else like that during these, but when you do them for the standard ones, you know, like your daily 3, you do get them. But it's kind of like the difference between Guild War and PvP, or Guild War and Guild War and PvP, where you can get gnomes during during PvP, but you can't get them during Guild War. It's kind of like that same premise. Also, why do I constantly keep trying to do it? We literally have a Bane of Mercy with extra turn on board, and I'm not even clicking on it. Well, fine. Let's kill you with normal damage at this point. I misclicked that like 3 times. Oh, there we go. Let's take out the final fight here. And then tomorrow we'll go claim the last of our points we need with the 3 free sigils we get. But honestly, that's even more of a reason why they should remove daemons and genies. Like, in one of the few situations where you would even want it, you can't even utilize it. It's just such a weird mechanic, them existing. Like, merchants and angels kind of make sense. But I still don't understand the whole point about the genies and daemon thing. Because it is so situational when on Earth you can even use them. And most of the time you're just mash clicking through them. And even in situations where they might be usable, the backfire that they could cause just isn't worth it a lot of times. Even for the little bit of benefit they might give you. And here's the redeem code we handed out earlier. Anyways, guys, I think we'll call it there for now. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We will be streaming midday tomorrow to hopefully finish Dave the Diver. I believe we're on the second to last chapter of 7-ish or so. So we should be able to finish the game hopefully next stream. We're pretty close to it. We're playing the 1.0 version. We played it way back, like several months ago. But It finally 1.0 released, and we did that a little bit today, and we'll be finishing it hopefully tomorrow. Should probably be able to. We'll start it around the same time, around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and finish it out. And of course, Gems of War, same time as always, tomorrow night. And that's the game plan. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching. Oh, wait, if I missed above, you need 172 red deeds for max pride. Oh, yeah, I'm nowhere near the amount of red deeds we need to max out Pride Lands. Like, not even remotely close. I have no clue what the deed number would be. I'm pretty sure it's in the hundreds upon hundreds how many I need. Like, it's probably over 500. But, you know, we'll get to it at some point. Slowly but surely. Catch you guys later. Bye, everyone.